The reason why I consider it baby trapping is because it seems like everything is kind of flowing according to plan for her, and the priorities right now are exclusively financial, even to the detriment of the child, which feels kind of like
but that's not flowing according to plan. It sounds like this guy was making plans to like be with this girl forever. From everything he was saying, he introduced her to his family in Barbados. So
I think if those logs were leaked, I would start to change my feelings significantly more on it.
The baby trap stuff, just get me caught up really quick. I don't want to take all day. How did he get baby trapped? I mean, I understand them.
Some girl he's been dating for like 3 months got pregnant. And they're like broken up, and she's like, you need to take responsibility for this. I'm from China. I'm not going back. I'm staying in the US. You need to take care of me. Rent me an apartment. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. That doesn't sound like baby trapped. It sounds like he knocked up a chick, right? And
he did, yeah. But I think
What do you mean?
I think that was like her goal the whole time. Like she's
Why?
like she's 28. She seems pretty sophisticated. She's got like Instagram pictures of her going over the world, spending a couple weeks in Dubai, doing stuff like that.
Hold on, real quick. Are you actually fucking with me? You're not doing this on purpose?
No, I truly do think that she was. I think this was the goal. I truly
That
do.
is not what I'm fucking talking about. I'm talking about how your audio is completely cutting out in Discord. Completely. For like 2 seconds at a time.
Who wants to come? Who wants to be
anyone?
the babysitter to see if my audio is cutting out or not? Or just here, you know what? You can tell if it's my fault or not. If the box around me stops turning green, then it's me. Okay.
Well, it could just be that you're still sending a signal, but it all of a sudden cuts out.
No.
Hold on, I'm gonna drag in.
That's you.
No. I mean, we'll find out soon. Who can I trust? Let's see.
This guy. Do you trust this guy?
Which guy? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's up, Abba?
Hello.
All right.
Oh my God.
So, okay, baby trapped. Keep going.
Yeah, she seems like a pretty sophisticated person. She's traveled a ton. She's 28. She's done a lot of work around the world and stuff.
Okay, did you hear it there, Abba, or am I retarded? You can say it didn't happen. Hello?
Man.
I thought I could count on this guy, and he's fucking trolling too. How is it dual trolls?
I don't. It's not me.
It is you.
Dustin, you can hear me, right?
Oh, I can now,
hear
yeah.
you.
But it's pretty
hi.
quiet. But
Gotcha.
All right, listen. You're here, and you're in the zone, right, Abba? Yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
You can hear him. All right. One more time. Listen, Abba. I want you. We're hearing if his mic cuts out or not. It could be my shit. I don't think it is. All right. So he fucked the chick and she got pregnant. Why is that a problem? More than normal.
I don't understand. I mean, they don't want the kid. What are you asking in
Both
particular?
of them don't want it?
I don't think she gives a fuck much about it. It seems like she just wants his money, and he definitely doesn't want it. So.
Okay.
No, what happened was this goofball promised her the world, and then after things fell apart, she ended up finding out she was pregnant by him. And I think now there's just a lot going on. But to me, this is not baby trapping. I don't think it's baby trapping. When you promise someone you want to be with them, you want to have kids with them, et cetera, you introduce them to your parents and all this stuff, and you're nutting in them raw. That's not baby trapping. I'm sorry.
Well, she's also getting nutted in raw by a guy that she's known for 3 or 4 months.
Oh, she's an idiot, absolutely. But that's not baby.
Yeah, but the reason why I consider it baby trapping is because it seems like everything is kind of flowing according to plan for her, and the priorities right now are exclusively financial, even to the detriment of the child, which feels kind of like
but that's not flowing according to plan. It sounds like this guy was making plans to like be with this girl forever. From everything he was saying, he introduced her to his family in Barbados and took her all the way out there. Like that doesn't sound like baby trapping. That sounds like you're literally trying to be with somebody.
I mean, he probably liked her. That seems to be pretty obvious. I agree with that.
That's a little bit more than like. You introduce them to your parents, and you guys are out here talking about having babies and private messages and all that stuff. That's a little bit more than just like.
I think it would depend. I would have to see interactions like that. Like I've had random people meet my family just because we've been in the area. They've happened to be there. But it's not like a romantic getaway. So if his parents live in Barbados or whatever, and he's like fucking this chick at some time, he's like, oh, you should come down. It's just like that's
Real
like
quick,
happening.
Abba, did you just hear his voice cut out a little bit or not?
No, I didn't.
Fuck. I'm restarting my computer.
I think that's a bit generous of a read. To me, when I think of baby trapping,
I agree with you that it's a little bit generous of a read. I agree with you. It's generous towards Fresh. The only reason why I'm leaning in that direction is because she started leaking a ton of shit and she didn't leak anything that showed a strong indication that he was like, oh, we're going to have children and I want to be with you forever and blah, 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 which I think is a little bit weird.
okay, yeah, actually, you know what? Dan's right. You are cutting out.
What, am I getting trolled?
No, I'm actually 100% serious. You're actually cutting out. Like, I think you might have voice activation.
Yeah, I do. So that's what I would change. I'll check it. Hold on.
Yeah. Voice activation sometimes has like a release timer on when you speak. So yeah.
Oh, automatically determine inputs. This cuck shit. Oh, sorry, because I reinstalled this. Okay, testing 1 2 test. Okay, hold on.
It works,
I'm like,
now. It
why?
works really well now.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
Yeah, cool.
Dan just restarted his shit. You just sent him to the ethers for nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the main thing for me is it doesn't sound like this is the kind of situation where someone was just trying to get a baby by somebody and like be a baby mom. Just based off of all of his behavior, it would indicate to me that these two were just kind of goofballs who promised each other a lot and had a lot of pillow talk and all this other shit. And then now the shit hits the fan. There's a huge fallout with somebody you just don't know really well.
I mean, both could be true, right?
Baby trapping, I think of like this is a targeted process. You're asking the person to nut inside you so you can have a kid real quick, and it's going very fast. That's not what this is. I don't know. When you meaning parents and family, to me, that's outside of baby trapping. Like, well, why would you introduce somebody to your parents and to your whole entire family? Like,
Well, I mean, I already said it. Like I said, it depends on the situation. But that introduction, I think, happened like literally within a month after they'd known each other. It sounds like they were just going to Barbados, and that's where his parents and family happened to live. So they were just hanging out.
I mean, he invited her. You could have chosen anywhere else to go.
Maybe that was a girl he was fucking at that point in time.
So, okay, hold up. Let me make sure I understand.
Mm-hmm.
You're banging a girl. You guys are talking about relationship shit and then talking about being with each other potentially forever.
I don't know if that happened. I don't know if I believe in that.
Okay. So
I think if those logs were leaked, I would start to change my feelings significantly more on it. If they were having like serious conversations about like a future relationship and stuff, for sure. But the way that she made it sound and the one that she did leak just kind of made it seem like jokey couple stuff. Like a picture like, oh, this is how our kids are gonna look, and he's like, LOL, yeah, or whatever. Like I don't consider that like serious future relationship.
The problem for me is like I don't think Fresh is credible at all in this situation because he's lied about the fact that he spent like thousands and tens of thousands of dollars on jewelry for her. He's lied about because he says he never pays for anything, so that's just how he is. And it just seems like everything that he says publicly is just not true. And everything I see from Fresh is a scammer. He seems like somebody who just says anything he has to get where he needs to go. So it just doesn't strike me as really surprising that what she's saying would be true. Out of the two of them, the one with the bad track record in regards to being honest and truthfulness is Fresh, at least publicly speaking.
I agree with that. I agree with everything you're saying there, but I don't need
how you're like some kind of player or all this other shit. Okay, I know how to manage women, but you decide to introduce a woman to your parents and your family, which in black families is a really big deal. I don't know how it is for you guys, but like I know you just don't bring somebody to a Caribbean family if they're just some jump off. So that's a serious thing that you're initiating to them into your family.
It's everything you're saying is possible. I'm not saying this is impossible, but I'm not relying on anything that Fresh is saying. I'm just looking at how she's recounting everything and like what she's posted.
I'm not saying it's possible. I'm just saying it's probable, just based off of tracker. That's the main thing. But
if I had no other information, I'd believe you. But like all of her behavior has been like insanely fucking sketch. She's not like a 21-year-old dipshit. This is like a 28-year-old.
What's been sketch?
The fact that first of all, the fact that you would be this serious about a guy like 3 months into dating, you've met his mom 1 month into dating, and you see this guy does a show where he talks about fucking girls all the time and all of this. So we're already kind of, but she could just be dumb or naive, maybe. However, the fact that she's like traveled the world, been flown out to Dubai and all these other places, she was like a professional bodybuilder and is like international. It seems to be, I wouldn't assume this person would be naive. I'm sure a lot of people have tried to proposition her, other things. The fact that she, like, as soon as the pregnancy stuff came back, she already had her gears going in terms of, like, she contacted a lawyer. She started messaging him and calling and recording him, asking him if he was going to take responsibility. The fact that when she went into logistical stream, and then I think he and I asked, like, if Walter wanted to be involved in his kid's life, like, would you, let him figure this stuff out? And she's like, no, I don't want him to be involved at all. I don't think that I would ever let him do it because he seems like a horrible man. Okay, but you had a kid with him. The fact that she was asking him to buy an apartment or pay for an apartment for him after they knew each other for like a month or two. It's just like all of this stuff. It just feels like really gross and yeah.
So the whole paying for the apartment, I don't think that that's weird. If you're saying to somebody, I want to be in a relationship with you, and they live overseas, and you're flying them out or offering to fly them out, you make a lot of money. For people in these circles, that's like very normal shit. In Miami, how many dudes do you think are paying for a girl's apartment because they live in town and they get to fuck them whenever they want? Like, obviously, if you're going to transplant your life, it's not abnormal for people in these kind of spaces to expect that. Everything else you described just sounds like somebody who's like really upset by the fact that they got abandoned by somebody that they thought they were going to actually be with, and it turns out this dude's just fucking everyone else. That doesn't strike me as somebody who's out here baby trapping. That just sounds like
She literally said she knows what men are like, and she's okay with the one-sided open relationship and all that. And
but hold up, you're the one who says you don't really believe that shit's common, and I've always told you there's a lot of people who live that lifestyle. You just don't believe it's real. But she was one of those women.
well, clearly she wasn't, because she got super ass mad at the end when she was like, "You've been fucking 4 other women. Like, I hope you got enough child support money for all of us."
No, it wasn't that. It's that he was nutting inside of them raw, which she took as it's special with me, but you're doing it with all these other broads. That's the issue. She didn't care that he was fucking other people. She's upset that she's nutting in a bunch of other people and putting them through what she's going through.
No, she's upset because she's worried that if he's got to split child support between too many people, she's not gonna get her full bag. Her saying that, like, oh, I've got to stay in the U.S. and I can't work for 9 months, so I hope he accepts responsibility to take care of me. Why does she have to stay in the U.S. for 9 months? Why does she just say she has no friends or family here? Why wouldn't she go back to China?
Oh, because she wants this guy to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Her baby's daddy's rich. Why wouldn't she ask for money for that?
Yeah, that's okay. Well, I don't. Maybe we just have different definitions of what baby trapping and stuff means. I guess
that's not baby trapping. Like, listen, if you get somebody pregnant and they don't believe in abortion, or that's not something they're really into, okay? Who knows what kind of conversation they had? Nah, I would change my mind if they talked about abortion before.
Sure.
But
and I changed my mind if they both seriously had conversation about kids. If like Fresh was like, yeah, I think if we had kids, like I'm open to it, blah blah blah. Yeah, I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, he fucked himself super hard.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we do have different definitions of baby trapping.
But I think that I feel like she's like, everything is just so intentional. Like she's moving with like so much purpose and everything. And like the scripting of the call, the leaking of everything 4 days after finding out you're pregnant, the fixation on when she was on Just School Stream and they asked her about it. She's like, oh, well, I know in the United States, the man has to pay for child support if I'm still here in the United States. Like, why would you even, what? The fact that she doesn't want him to be a part of their kid's life, even if he said he would like turn his shit around completely. It just seems like, yeah, she was just looking for a meal ticket and she got it. She got her baby.
Okay. I think my theory that I would probably go with is like these two promised each other a lot, and Fresh obviously pulled out because he was interested in fucking around, and now she's resentful and she's doing what she can to get back at somebody who left her pregnant and basically, played her for a fool. Which to me, yeah, that
to me sounds like baby trapping, I guess. What do you think? Is baby trapping like you think you have to start out from like stage 1 to target somebody and go get them? Is that how you consider baby trapping? I don't know if there's like a formal definition with it.
Baby trapping to me is when you approach somebody with a high level of income, or maybe not even high level, maybe there's somebody you want, okay? And you use a child to try to trap them into a situation. That is not the same as you making promises to each other and then talking about a life together. And then he's nutting and you said you raw, knowing damn well like what he's doing.
Do you think that baby trapping has to be done like ahead of time, or?
Well, isn't that what you're alleging?
That's like a weak justification feeling. The stronger one is that like everything that's happened so far just seems to be like she's, maybe you wouldn't call it baby trapping, but like she's using her pregnancy right now to just milk him for money. She doesn't really give a fuck about the kid. She doesn't really give a fuck about him, but she's got like easy money lined up if she can have the baby, paternity test, and then get child support from him. So maybe you don't consider that baby trapping, maybe baby spite fucking or something. I don't know.
So was this woman a sex worker?
Probably.
Like OnlyFans, not necessarily.
I don't know if she has an OnlyFans, but probably escorting. Yeah.
That's the theory. People are not sure.
Okay. If she's a sex worker, whether it be OnlyFans, escorting, whatever, I think she knew exactly what she was doing when she was getting into this situation.
Huh? What do you mean?
So she probably was getting with Fresh to for the purpose of baby trapping him and trying to get like child support money and shit, like from the get-go.
Why do you say that?
Well, if she's like, I've known a few sex workers, they tend to be like, especially like a higher class one who isn't like some like, lot lizard or something. I would think she would be a lot more kind of cognizant and aware of the risks of pregnancy when it comes to sex.
Yeah, they both are.
So Was Fresh just like rolling the dice and not caring if he got this chick pregnant?
Yeah, Fresh is retarded.
Yeah,
There's no debate
yeah.
there. Nobody is nobody's debating any other angle to that. Fresh is fucking retarded.
Here's the thing: even sex workers want to be in relationships. They want to be off the market.
Yeah.
They want to get with somebody who's wealthy and be good for the rest of their lives. Ideally, that's like what a lot of them would like. So,
Well,
you know, the
certainly.
idea.
Sure, but I will say the
that-
turnaround emotionally to this guy's the love of my life to I want to have a baby with him to fuck this piece of shit. I never want him to fucking see me again, even for his fucking kid. And that for all of that to happen in like 4 months for a 28-year-old internationally traveled person, that's kind of wild.
It's kind of wild, but it's also not. Like, it's very common to see stuff like that. People love bomb each other. They promise each other everything. They're spending money on each other. It feels very intense and very real. People are impulsive like that all the time.
Hold on. No. By definition, all the time, super common? No, I don't think it's super common that people get knocked up. Internationally traveled people get knocked up by other people in 3 or 4 months and then are like, I don't ever want this guy to see my kid again.
Have to do with this? You keep saying that. I don't understand.
Because she presents herself as this like naive girl while she's simultaneously getting flown like all over the world, getting fucked by dudes or whatever the fuck else is going on with her like Instagram shit. How has she never gotten like, she hasn't met a guy yet, or was she using protection with nobody, or is Fresh just happened to be the first person that was dumb enough to like, I don't believe somebody with this much experience is just like suddenly winding up in this trap and then is also calling a lawyer like one day after getting knocked up to sort of financial situation out. Like, I don't believe it. I think it's too much.
Yeah, it sounds like she knows what she's doing, and she's done shit like this before.
Wait, has she?
Well, I'm saying shit
She has
like
no
this
kids.
before.
Why would she have done
getting
this
with-
before?
Oh,
No, I'm
he's
not
saying she's
this
escorted or whatever.
specifically. Like she's escorted before.
To be
She's
fair,
gotten with
also,
rich-
I'm assuming on the escort. I could be wrong. She might just go to Dubai for 10 days and take a ton of sexy pictures there, and it's like an innocent trip, maybe.
I don't know. I've talked to a lot of escorts. I don't know too many of them that meet their John's parents and do all this other sort of stuff. To me, that just signals that somebody's trying to start a relationship. I'm sorry. I just don't know how you introduce a woman to your parents and then do all this other stuff about relationship talk and buying them jewelry, and then you're not signaling for a relationship.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I think in the big, I'm sure Fresh at some point liked her. If he's taking her to Barbados and traveling with her and seeing her parents and shit, I would assume that, yeah.
He's gotten with another chick who was doing like basically escorting. Essentially, she was on a sugar daddy website and showing like these $400 regular receipts from dudes.
Here's the thing. A lot of dudes will get with a woman and then do things that are very relationship-y with them, right? They'll move them into their place for long periods of times. They'll go out places. They'll hold hands. They'll kiss. They'll talk about relationships and how cute their kids would look together, all this other shit. And then afterwards, they'll be like, oh, she's just after money. It's like, bro, you selling people on relationships. That's what you're doing. That's your game. Your
Well,
game is
you know
selling
what?
people on some kind of long-term commitment.
I think
So
the
this is-
interesting thing would be to see if they had any messages. I asked her that, but she didn't reveal anything. The interesting thing would be to see if they had any messages talking about kids or like a long-term relationship, like any of those like serious conversations. That would be interesting, I think.
Well, you know what? We've seen this with Fresh before, and sort of with Myron. The types of girls they go for, it seems like they want a relationship. It seems like both of them, probably Fresh more so, but they're not able to get like normal relationships. So they always hook up with these like OnlyFans chicks, these sugar daddy girls. So I think Fresh just kind of walked into another one of these situations where he was only able to get with this chick because she does sex work or something weird, and then he wanted a relationship with her or something, just like that previous chick. But it looks like he met her on a sugar daddy website or something.
I probably met her through Instagram, like most of these people. But I listen. If anyone's listening at home, if you are fucking with an escort and it's just sex work, don't introduce them to your parents.
And get a vasectomy.
Oh my god, I don't know. I guess my whole concept of baby trapping was always like, athlete meets some girl at a club, they sleep together, and she knows who he is, and she's encouraged him to run inside her raw, and like that's baby trapping. Or someone's just like going after dude knowing damn well he has money and doing everything in their power to get him to bust inside of her. But from Fresh's own admission, it sounds like he's just busted inside a bunch of women and he has to get them all tested. So that's not baby trapping. That's just you being irresponsible. I don't think that's...
I mean, but you keep saying it's not one, it's either or. It can be both, right? Like, he's irresponsible and stupid, but I mean, like, she comes to Miami, she starts dating the host of the show that she gets invited on. She likes the lifestyle here. He's willing to fuck her and bust in her. She knows that if this keeps happening, she's going to get pregnant. She doesn't really know him that well, though. They've been dating for, what, a couple months? And then she sees he's got a lot of money. She likes the lifestyle. Hey, if she gets pregnant, fuck it. She can hold on to the kid, get her for child support, and then boom, get her a green card and all that shit, too. She, like... It doesn't like both parties can be like she can be like kind of looking for that thing, and Fresh can also be a fucking retard. Like both those things can be true at the same time.
Sure, that's fine.
But
well,
yeah, let's use protection. The moral of the story.
You know what I love every time you say that, you be saying that shit like you be using protection. Bro, stop.
I have always used protection, bro. You see the shotgun on my wall behind me? You think anybody's leaving this apartment pregnant? You're fucking crazy.
Most effective form of contraception is a vasectomy.
I thought it was a tier 5 sub. Just kidding.
You want to know what the real indictment of this whole thing is? You got to be one of the lamest, corniest people out there.
Oh no, I already know.
Promising the whole world to like sex workers that you don't plan on dating, and that's your idea of game.
1,000.
What a fucking loser.
1,000 girls.
I'm sorry. You gotta be bagging women out here, introducing their parents and talking about relationships just so you can fuck them and then chuck them. You are a loser. That's the real story here. You are some kind of dating guru who runs courses, DMs on demand. You charging people thousands of dollars for knowledge on getting with ladies, and that's your game. Get the fuck up out of here.
I don't get that vibe from Fresh. I get the vibe that he just ends up getting feelings for these girls.
He's got feelings for 4 girls at the same time, and he's nutting inside of all of them. Rob, man, vegan, he could probably sell you a dream and nut inside you too.
I think that what my feeling is, I think what happens is I think guys, especially in this case, I remember when I was on their show a long time ago, the question was like, oh, what makes for good sex or whatever came up, and nobody didn't answer. I feel like for a lot of these guys, it's not about the sex, it's not about the women, it's just about the validation you get from them. So if you've got a woman that's like really into you, or women are willing to fuck you, it's like the ultimate form of male validation, and that's like the main focus. That's what it feels like, at least.
Well, the thing is, he was introducing this chick to his parents and shit. Like, that's weird. Like, you actually think that's part of his game?
Well, okay, you guys keep saying that, but I think it is highly dependent on what the situation is there to actually know for sure. I think it just super depends. Like, there have been like casual friends that I've had here, and my parents happen to be like in town because they live an hour away. Like, oh, you want to get food? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I got a friend with me, and I'll like bring her along, and we just like hang out and we eat. But it's not like a crazy thing. It's not like a romantic dinner where they're like talking about like, oh, when did you two meet and blah blah blah. Like, I think that situation super depends on how that looks. Right? If they're like, let's get dressed up, we're going to go to a really nice dinner and I'm going to introduce you to my mother and father and we're going to go out and like have serious conversations and shit. Like, I think that can look a lot different, but I think it super depends on what that looks like.
Well, this chick was buying gifts for his mom.
Yeah, I saw that, but they'd known each other for less than a month when they had that dinner too.
Okay, sorry, wait. Destiny, you're taking casual hookups and you've like introduced them to your parents?
Yeah, sure. It's my mom and dad.
Weird.
I disagree.
No,
I don't think it matters.
That is weird.
No, I don't think so. You make it weird.
I'm going to jump off that boat. There's no way I would ever introduce a random jump off to my parents, especially if she's like into me. I know what that's going to signal to her.
No, hold on. Wait. Yeah, wait. If the girl is like a huge romantic attachment, then yeah, obviously that's like escalating the relationship. Sure. But I'm saying for like casual hookup friends, because supposedly Fresh has introduced a ton of chicks to his parents before.
Maybe he's just close with his parents and he just, I don't know, comes by a lot and these.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you need more information. Like, let's say, what if it's the fact that he visits his parents like, 10 times a year or some shit, and he just like sometimes he brings a chick with him, like brings a date or whatever. I don't think that's that big of a deal. I think it would depend. I think you need more information to know if it's like.
Okay,
it's kind of strange. She bought.
You know what? Let's try to agree with you. Some people are just a little bit different. Like maybe that's a minority of people. Some people do that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not think like all of these things are really signaling like a strong intent for something serious?
They could be. Like I said, though, I didn't disagree with your original thing. I think Fresh probably really did like her. If he's inviting, even if it was just for sex, the fact that he's inviting this girl instead of anybody else to go to Barbados probably means he liked her more than any other girl he was fucking at the time, at least. So I think Fresh probably genuinely did like her, and he was probably in that new relationship energy phase where he's like super head over heels for the chick or whatever. Yeah. Okay. I would believe that. I'm so curious if like I said, if there were conversations where she's like, hey, like maybe like what do you think about like kids or blah blah blah, and he's like, yeah, you know, I think we could probably do like if there was a single conversation like that, then like he's 100% just like he fucked himself. Not even he fucked himself, but like that's just Jesus Christ, dude. I personally don't think those conversations exist though, because if they did, I think that she would have leaked it, but.
Fair. Or maybe even if they did, maybe they happened in person and these are not something that they were discussing via text the entire time, right?
Maybe, yeah.
So we have no way of knowing.
I think it's also weird that like in the conversation topics, and maybe this is, maybe it's not weird for everybody, like her conversations all just like revolved around money basically. Like there was no conversation of like, well, how are we going to co-parent, or like what's this child's future going to look like, or like where do I think it'd be good to live like permanently, or like what, and like none, or like what can I do for Walter, for me and to him to talk or anything. All of it was like, I already talked to a lawyer. I've got to stay in the United States because I know you're going to get child support for me. I hope you're willing to take care of me for 9 months because I can't work because I'm on a tourist visa. Like it was like boom, 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 all about like the finance, every single thing.
How are you going to discuss core parenting if the person says they don't want to be involved?
Well, I mean, you just told the guy that you're pregnant. Why not like give like a few days for some space to figure shit out? Like it's a huge bomb to drop on somebody to expect them to solve it immediately.
Yeah. But I'm not expecting logic out of these people. So
again, well, she's 28, well traveled. She's old. She's not a kid. She's not like 19. She's not like 20.
No, obviously
she probably knows the type of dude Walter is.
Absolutely, she does.
But when people are jilted or upset about stuff or going through these things, they're just not being sensible. People in relationships, especially a lot of exes, don't act sensible when it comes to their exes and how angry they are about certain situations. Especially add in the hormones from having to be pregnant and that whole bomb that you're dealing with. I feel like it's very sensible to think that people are not going to be reasonable in those situations.
I mean, I don't disagree. Like, I think you can be emotional stuff, but like, damn, when you start leaking a whole bunch of shit online, and she's not just emotional too. She's like she's planning stuff out pretty well. Like she has a conversation with him where she's asking the question she needs to so that she can get a recording so that she can leak it. Like that's all like planned ahead of time. She's not just randomly recording shit.
She also got a lawyer too.
Yeah. Which in and of these things in and of themselves aren't necessarily bad. It's just collectively, I don't know. But
I mean, listen, I think both parties are stupid. When I found out that this all happened in a 3-month period, I'm like, what a loser. Like, this guy is clearly irresponsible online with everything he says. And
yeah, of course.
If he nutting you, that's an L for you, man.
Yeah, this is like the red pill nightmare. This is the nightmare for like the red pill people, right?
But you know what it is? And I think this is like true for like all stratospheres of life, even in older ladies. Like, sometimes women think like a dude can be horrible, but he can change, or he's going to be different with you specifically. And
yeah, it's
that's
dumb.
Something that people really believe. So it doesn't even matter someone's track record. If like you show a sweet side of yourself to somebody, they'll just buy it and they'll be like, okay, he's different with me.
Yep.
So, at any rate, that's all I got for this.
Yo, Abba.
Yeah.
You interested in having a debate on veganism?
No.
All right.
Appreciate you asking though.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Oh yeah, by the way, I moved to Ottawa recently. If you ever want to get a bite to eat at a vegan restaurant, I'll buy. How about that?
Okay, sounds good. But by the way, I don't hate vegan food if that's what you're worried about.
No. I just don't want to go to a meat eating restaurant, but you know, it'd be cool to hang out and just, you know. So I've heard you talking shit about me, and I don't know, maybe you just don't know me well enough.
Wait, what did I say? I say you're like the crazy vegan guy?
Yeah, so people have also told me some other things that you said on live stream. I don't know if it's true, but
Wait, what did I say?
So I've heard.
Right, did you hear?
I've heard people tell me, and I don't know if it's true or not, but you were saying that like I'm insane, I'm an idiot, veganism's stupid, shit like that.
I don't know if I said you're an idiot. I'm probably not well read on everything. I definitely said you're crazy for sure.
Okay.
Which is fair.
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't watch you much, but I only know you from your early days, and you were definitely unhinged.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, today you sound very reasonable, but my history with you and what I've seen from you is like on the level of that like vegan lady. Who's the one, the professor with the glasses who's crazy?
Oh, she's not crazy. She's really nice. You're talking about vegan teacher,
she lives in
right?
Montreal. She's crazy, but yeah.
No, she's not crazy. I know her.
Okay, well, I think she's crazy. So like me, if you co-signing that lady, then yeah. But
She's just a sweet old lady. I think people take what she says way too seriously too. Like people call her crazy for, making fun of like the idea of religion, and she'll say vegans are better than God, and people take that personally.
Based.
Well, yeah, but as far as like you not being knowledgeable about veganism or stuff like that, no.
All right.
Yeah, I definitely think you're unhinged for sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you ever want to grab a bite to eat around Montreal or something, I could swing by. I'm pretty close.
All right, sounds good.
Well,
Yeah, nothing else. Get back to your research, brother. Cheers, vegan.
I love you.
See ya. All right. You still training?
Yeah. Going
What's
to the gym
your
in an
bench
hour.
at now?
Listen, it's working its way back. I just got back to 1 plate, okay? But I weigh like 30 pounds less than I did before, so.
Okay. All right, man. Well, I'll see you around.
I love you. Be careful.
Take care.
Bye.
Barbados.
Barbados. Okay. The universe looks like a black hole interior.
What do you mean the universe is a black hole? This is the Schwarzschild metric. It describes the space-time geometry around spherical masses, including black holes. Within the event horizon, this shape has some unusual properties. Inside, all light paths are bent toward the singularity at the center. So, to an infalling observer, the singularity would appear in every direction as a bounding sphere. This is an extreme case of gravitational lensing, which doesn't just bend light paths, it bends all paths. That means as a gravitational field source, the singularity is in every direction. Once that happens, the singularity is no longer a single place, but the end of time. Relativistic aberration is similar to gravitational lensing, but it's defined by speed instead of gravity. You can see this effect I'm talking about if we accelerate a frame to light speed until we achieve causal disconnection. This is what space in the universe looks like as you leave the universe. A one-dimensional line, exactly like in a black hole.
I thought black holes collapsed, so why is the universe expanding?
Because universal expansion is just a measure of everything in the universe getting further apart, which is what happens when you fall towards a singularity. Infinitely increasing differential curvature in every direction would be perceived as accelerating expansion. The black hole shape actually explains universal expansion really well. Universal expansion is just regular old falling, but outwards. Since all paths lead from the observer to the singularity, any attempt to trace the history of matter in the universe will lead the observer to conclude that everything originated from their exact location, which is precisely what we've concluded. Stay tuned for a math-based exploration into this theory.
Based. Oh, we got Smith here and everything. Doesn't he has no idea what he's talking about? He's on his true schizo arc. What did he say that was wrong? Nothing. Nothing is wrong. I think a couple months ago, I don't know if he's still on this kick or not. He basically has a has a theory for how the whole universe is actually just a giant black hole, and that's what he's like. He's been like emailing apparently teachers and professors and shit to validate his theory and like arguing with people about it. But he has a decent conceptual understanding of some things related to black holes, but like none of the math background or anything for the formulas or anything. So he's a theme now. Yeah, basically.